Tell me, just if you will, the significance, the cultural significance of the Michael Jordan jersey. This is like the Shroud of Turin, correct?
Sure. It is their basketball idol. The best player to play the game, and he played for Carolina. If you were going to do anything to any jersey, it would be the Michael Jordan jersey.
They stole Michael Jordan's jersey this weekend. Then somebody climbed those rafters up there way on top. Look at it. It's missing. It used to be hanging next to 52. They got to catch that guy. Got to catch that thief. Got to find out who he is.
It is the greatest rivalry in sports. Duke against North Carolina.
I know you're excited. I'm excited. The players are excited. Number 1 versus number 2.
Where was this jersey?
The Dean Dome is huge.
Taj Mahal of college basketball right here.
Around the top of the stadium, there were walkways. From those walkways, there were a series of 4 different rows of retired jerseys. Probably around 100 feet or more off the ground and probably about 40 or 50 feet out on the scaffolding.
Is this a bid for immortality?
You know, it never seemed like a personal thing. The group of us enjoyed doing things that were a little bit adventurous. We enjoyed trying to outsmart folks.
Who did the idea originate with? Was it you?
No, it was not me personally. The idea was the ringleader, my roommate. I was the belayer. An underclassman, the understudy, the stuntman. He was a little more adventurous than us, certainly had a less fear of heights. He was excited to walk out on this I-beam and go get the jersey. Towards the back of the Dean Dome, there was a large metal wind-up garage door. There was a triangular gap large enough for a person to go through when the door was down. We would climb up and then sneak on through. We wound up devising a plan to use a tennis ball and some fishing line. We would throw that over the scaffolding, then use that to pull up a rope. And then one of us would climb up the rope. The stuntman walked out there with nothing more than a wrench. He was able to go out there, unscrew both of the pegs, and walk back with the jersey. The jersey itself is probably 6 or 7 feet wide and then maybe 20 feet long. So it's not an actual jersey, it is huge. It's a jumbo jersey.
Jumbo-sized? Isn't jumbo the name of an extremely large African elephant?
This probably would have fit on an African elephant. Our plan was to take the Jordan jersey down, roll it up in a Duke banner, put it in the middle of the Dean Dome, and then have it unfurl during the Duke-Carolina game. Carolina would be all upset about missing the Jordan jersey, and then voila, during the middle of the Duke-Carolina game, the jersey would come down with our banner. It would just be a spectacle for the folks there. When they play each other, it is an event. It's an incredible, visceral dislike of the other school. Things didn't work out as planned. It's about 4 a.m. We were walking towards the center of the Dean Dome, up on the scaffolding, so you imagine a couple 100 feet above the basketball floor. The lights came on. Chances are we could very well be caught, so we decided just to stash the jersey right there, just put in a little ball and stashed it next to an I-beam. We walked out that night, thankful that we hadn't been caught.
Well, now let's imagine an alternate scenario. The stunt man slips. You, being an inexperienced belayer, drop him all the way to the floor where he is lying in a crushed heap of human flesh.
I don't think that there was much risk of that happening. We had enough rope to lower him down. That's probably when the lights would have come on, with him hanging 50 feet down on that rope. The crew came in the Monday afterwards. They noticed that the Jordan jersey was gone, creating at least local headlines down there. They had theorized that someone stole it during a Yanni concert, which occurred the night after we had taken the jersey. We waited about 2 weeks before we actually went in and got the jersey back. We didn't want to deface it. We just put some tape on it to cross out Jordan. We changed the 23 to 33, and we put Hill on it. Turned it into a Grant Hill jersey.
Howard sets a screen now for Hill. Oh!
How long did you have the jersey in your possession?
I think we got it the beginning of February, and the Duke-Carolina game at Duke was at the end of February.
Players and coaches dream of moments like this. It was only 23 days ago, and they were flat out humiliated and embarrassed. They were beaten by 24 points. It was blowout city, but the bottom line is they are at home today with the friendly confines of Cameron Indoor Stadium.
For some reason, we were stuck on this idea of unfurling banners. Our idea was actually to put on the outside of the stadium so that it would unfurl right as all the students were walking into the game. Instead of using some sort of a mechanical device to unfurl it, we would go very old school, just use a fishing line. We tied it to a banister. We'd be able to just walk by that and nonchalantly pull on the fishing line and unfurl this thing. Sadly, the morning of, somebody noticed the fishing line and pulled on it, and they recovered the banner prior to the intended time when we were going to unfurl it. But we just wanted to do something that was fun at the time and would support the team.
Here's a question. Have you ever been back to the Dean Dome and looked at that door?
I was back at the Dean Dome about 8 or 9 years ago. But I didn't go back to that door.
Say they sealed up that crack that you were able to squeeze through into the dome. Do you think that they would defeat you this time around? Or would you find a chink in their armor?
I think we would attempt to find a chink in the armor. All it takes is getting in once to do things that allow you to get in again without anybody noticing.